gone viral. John Whelan is leaving Michigan after 12 years to become the next head coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers. But before he makes the leap from college to the pros, we will take a listen to one last Big Blue mic'd up.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, CJ. Go! Run! Run! Push it! A little strong. Left hand's going to get blocked. Right baseline. You can use the other side of the rim, too. Oh! You guys got to make these shots, baby. We're getting them wide open. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Go, Charles! Come on. Just go dunk both of them. Touch! Touch! Mo! Other side, Mo! I can't get them more open than those two shots. Screen them! Screen them! Roll! Good job. Good job. Right? Got to make those play. We're in trouble, boys.
It's really a shame Beeline's not more engaged just during the games.
Broussard, this news broke right after you left our show yesterday, right around 9:10 Eastern time. What was your reaction? Because he's an older coach. Now, Dan Gilbert doesn't sign coaches to extension, so he doesn't have to worry about doing a second contract there. But what was your reaction?
Look, I was surprised. No question he's a great coach, a very good coach, John Beilein. But at 66 years old, your first head coaching job in the NBA, this points straight to Dan Gilbert, though. He did this hire. Remember, he's the one that hired David Blatt. So this was a Dan Gilbert hire because he's a Michigan guy. He loves the state of Michigan. So.
But now he's hurting the University of Michigan taking their basketball coach.
Well, he might be doing that for his friend Izzo, helping him out at Michigan State.
Oh no, he was doing that for Harbaugh, man. They want a basketball. I mean, they were a basketball school.
Yeah, now they're a football school. Right.
Now Harbaugh might be the best coach that they have in varsity sports there. Maybe.
Back to the Western Conference Finals now. Trailblazers, Warriors, game 1 tonight from Oracle. Kevin Durant already ruled out for this one. He's probably out for game 2 as well. Regardless, Golden State still big favorites in not only in the game, but the series as well. Just don't tell Dame Lillard that.
We've split the season series with them. And, I think that said, and we've won on their floor and on our floor. So I think that says that we know we're capable of winning. We know we're capable of beating them. We just got to go out there and do it. We got to put it on the floor.
All right, Chris, if the Blazers are going to pull off this upset, how are they going to do it?
You mean besides Steph and Clay getting injured?
Yeah, injuries out of it.
Take that.
Look, KD's already injured.
But one big point,
Boogie's
KD would not have to return. Like, he couldn't return. If KD returns, he's such a safety valve. I don't see any way Portland beats them with Kevin Durant. Okay, so if he plays, I think they are going to win the series, no question. The second thing is Andre Iguodala has to go cold, which he could do. He shot 33% from 3 during the regular season. Now he's shooting almost 43%. So if he goes
3s in game 6 against the Rockets.
If he's going to hit the open 3-pointers that he gets, Portland's not winning.
The story on the Warriors last 5 years, if Iggy and or Draymond hit 3s, you lose.
Right.
Van Gundy says it every time because those guys playing a lot of ABC games and you see them. And Van Gundy always says, and he's right, you have to give them those shots. You have to hope they miss because you have to stay attached to Steph, stay attached to Clay, and that's, again, without Durant.
Right.
And you just got to hope they miss. Like, if those guys hit shots, you lose. So, yes, I agree. That's a part of it. Iggy can't hit shots.
Right, and Draymond can't be – he hasn't shot well from 3, but he can't be as effective offensively. He's been effective offensively in the postseason. So he and Iguodala have to fall off, and then Lillard's got to get hot. You know, he's had his moments, obviously. We have to see OKC Lillard instead of the Lillard we just saw against Denver, which was very good, but OKC, he was spectacular.
I think we all would agree they can't play from behind. Whoever's going to beat the Warriors, you need to get a lead on the Warriors. You can't try to play even with them having home court advantage, so you have to be able to try to get a lead. Steve Kerr in 18 opening series games, he's 17-1. So let's just say they got to win game number 2. They can't go back to Portland with being down 0-2. They got to shoot the basketball from an incredible rate, and they also have to slow down the pace of the game. They can't try to outshoot like Houston did with Golden State. They got to be able to play some defense and rebound the basketball. And Enes Kanter what type of impact does he have on the game? Is he a liability defensive-wise? Because I believe him and Draymond will get into a couple spats as we go through this series. But is he a liability on the defense? Do they take advantage of his lack of ability to be able to be a good defender? I believe Golden State has too much firepower. I believe they're going to play at least 10 players, and I believe it's going to be a problem for Damian Lillard and CJ with not getting a whole bunch of offensive help from the rest of that roster.
Here's one thing Portland has going for it as far as your analysis goes. Playing slow is what's natural to them. Right. They're around 20th in the league, I think 18th in the league in pace. So it's one thing to be like, we want to slow it down against the Warriors, but if you're a team that typically plays fast, that takes you out of what you naturally want to do.
Yeah, that hurt the Rockets because they had a few times, didn't they have a 7-point lead?
They had a 7-point lead.
PJ Tucker?
Man, he pulled it out.
Oh my God.
PJ Tucker turned a 3-on-1 break, 7-point lead, fourth quarter. He pulled it out. He tried to calm everyone down. Instead of him taking an open three, he gives it Gerald Green. Gerald Green does Gerald Green stuff. They end up going down, hitting three the other way. Game changes. But so Portland has that. I agree with you 100% on this. They have to steal one of these first two. We know KD's not going to play the first two. I don't think KD's going to play the first four. They play every other day now. And if he is not even on doing any basketball activities as of now, we think he's going to, they play Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Monday. When is the logical time? How much time once he's cleared for basketball activities does it take for him to play in an NBA playoff game? 2 days, 3 days? So I think you can almost cross KD out for at least the first 4 games of the series. So I do think there's a window for Portland. But this is where it's so tough when you don't have the home court. They don't have 7 games, in my mind, to beat Golden State 4 times. They got 6. Because if this thing goes 7, I don't believe the Blazers have the pedigree nor the horses to win a Game 7 on the road in Oracle.
But I am going to tell you, if you give Portland today, you tell Terry Stotts,
sure,
we're going to game number 7. That means, so I have to debunk your theory because we've won 3 games already. You'd be the first team to win 3 games against them this playoff series.
I would agree with Chris on that. If they get to a game 7, first of all, Lillard and McCollum are confident right now.
Damian Lillard would be playing at home now. Game number 7, potentially last game in Oracle.
And Golden State has lost there. What, they lose twice to the Clippers at home in the playoffs?
Clippers, and they, of course, they have lost a Game 7 at home. That was to Cleveland in 2016.
So if Portland gets it to 7, I would pick Golden State, but I wouldn't be surprised because at that point they're beyond what everybody thinks they should be if they get to 7. And like I said, Lillard and McCollum think they're better than Clay and Steph. I guarantee you.
The Warriors got themselves so hyped up for the Rockets series. All along they felt like in the West that was going to be their biggest competition. That was going to one-on-one and as a whole that was going to tax them the most. Now they got rid of the Rockets and their next opponent is either Denver or Portland. Don't you feel for them now that it's Portland? There's a little bit of a okay, we could take a breather now. So now let's really focus on the Bucks. We'll get through Portland, but we'll focus on the Bucks just because they don't look at Portland the same way they looked at the Rockets. Can that be the letdown for them?
Conventional wisdom would tell you that, but when you play for Portland 4 times a year, when you see Damian Lillard and you see CJ and you have the type of respect, and this is a different Warriors team. We've lost 2 starters in this playoff. Won the round 1, lost KD in game number 5, 14 minutes to go in the game. So all that bench is starting to play. They only played 1 game. They had a great feeling leaving Houston. So I believe conventional wisdom, yes, people would think, but this is a multi-championship team. It's not a team that's looking for, man, they are motivated. They are trying to three-peat. You think Clay don't have a message? With KD being off the bench, Clay trying to get a max contract, Steph Curry, he got his boy over here, light skinned, saying he wasn't in the conversation, greatest players in the world. Draymond playing the best basketball. Iguodala leading the NBA in dunks in the playoff. Oh no, the Warriors will be motivated.
Yeah, no question about it. And the fact that if KD were there, maybe,
yes.
I mean, we've seen them do that really throughout the season. Just
Clippers.
let up when they don't. Yeah, right. But the fact that he's gone, like, they don't have that room for error anymore. That was the thing. If I don't know if you feel this way, Nick, if anybody thinks they may be better without Kevin Durant, who might be the best player in the world, it's because if that's the case, it's because they know they don't have that room for error. And they play the right way for them when KD's not there.
They play the way that this team was constructed to play a certain style. And they are the best ever at playing the ball movement, range shooting, free flowing. We'll turn it over a bunch, but we're going to have way more assists, so it doesn't matter style. Kevin Durant, he's such a singular talent. It feels silly when you have Kevin Durant on your team and Patrick Beverley's guarding him to not just say, well, just give it to KD. And that might be the best way to score in that individual possession, but it takes them out of their style. That's why they're 30-4 since KD got there when he doesn't play, but Steph does. The one other, go ahead, Chris.
No, I think the most underrated thing about the Warrior style before we move on is when they pass the ball like that, you have to defend them. And it takes its toll on you on the other end of the court. And no one ever looks at that. That's why they're more effective as a team, making you move around the court.
Watch for tonight if Steph can stay out of foul trouble. He's had trouble all postseason. Hands bothering him. The foul trouble against Dame and CJ could kill him.
All right, take a break. Coming up, how can Zion's destination shape the NBA?